David McGee, the great kit man, who went home away with under-16s, under-18s, reserves, first team.
He's here tonight. I've seen him
he's
tonight.
Here, yeah.
I've
Still got the ponytail.
Right, well, we're about to get underway. It will be Ollie Leyland that will get us underway. The Broncos in their black strip, the Dragons in the white with the red and gold. We're live here at the Cherry Red Record Stadium in Wimbledon. Nice atmosphere building here. Can the Broncos get their first win back in the Super League? It's a tough task, we know that, but they're up for the fight, make no doubt about that. And we are underway here, a new era in the London Super League history books, and it's the Dragons with first use of the ball.
Square markers, hold me, hold.
It's been a bit wet this afternoon, just to fill in our fans and viewers at home. A big downpour a couple of hours ago will make the ball a little bit slippy, but you can see it's a football pitch. It'll be hard underfoot, it'll be solid, unlike last night when Hull KR entertained the Leeds Rhinos. The players were slipping all over the field, but it's hard and it's fast, and that should suit the Dragons.
Yeah, it should. Da Costa busy already, no McAlorum because of that suspension. As the ball now finds Farge, he drops it, and there's already half a break up the middle, and that was a good carry there from Sirinen.
Lovely footwork, wasn't it? Stepped off that right foot and left defenders in his wake.
Last one then here, and the ball from Abdul, former Broncos man. Across to the far side, not the most convincing attempt, not touch. The referee says it's, in fact, no, he's had a word from the touch judge. It is going to be another set of 6 for the Broncos to defend. Not convincing that on the far side at all from London. There's now the ball 5 away. Da Costa has it. Just gets it, swings it infield. They're coming across to Farge now, short pass. They're trying to crash over with a Cavallo. He's stopped a yard short. Dragons with the first opportunity. Farge down the short side, big dummy, and Theo Farge will dive in. And London undone in the opening couple of sets here. The Dragons have got their first try of the night. Theo Farge scores it, and the Dragons lead by 4.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Broncos, Lee Kershaw, the experienced wingman over on their right side, failed to deal with a high kick and was put under pressure from the kick chase team from the Dragons. That's the perfect start to the game from a Catalan point of view, and a disaster from the Broncos. And Theo Farge, a lovely show and go, making the most of the field position.
Yeah, just saw Maludi shoot out of the line, didn't we? Trying to stop the pass, and Farge too good for that, and he slides over.
Hakeem Maludi will be disappointed when he watches that again, because Theo Farge is always going to take defenders on. Of course, he's got wonderful distribution, but when Theo Farge puts the ball in his hands, you feel his attitude is, I'm going to run first and take you on.
See McNamara with his backroom staff. McNamara signed a new 2-year deal with the club this week. He's happy with life in the south of France, and who wouldn't be?
You could argue he has been the best signing, hasn't he? He's rescued them from the £1 million game, taken them to lift the Challenge Cup, and taken them to 2 grand finals as well. Wonderful job by Steve McNamara.
Certainly is. Artem Org then, who has got a try and 4 goals in that win over Warrington last week, has got a chance here to add the extras. That's the angle he's got. See the surface, it does look really good here. And you consider we're quite a way into the football season as well. It's a fantastic new facility here at Wimbledon. Now can Morg turn the 4 into 6? Sends a kick on its way. No, just drifted past the post. Looked for a second as though he got it, but it is 4-0 and a very good start for the Dragons.
The London Broncos, when they finished that game last week, will have taken note of how punishing the mistakes that they made when it was a forced offload, an unforced error, a penalty given away, and that field position came off the back of a mistake from Lee Kershaw.
Yeah, it did. So Dragons have it again, and they're going to bring it forward. Tell you what, we're high up in the stand here, Barry. The acoustics of this stadium really good. The atmosphere really loud inside this place.
For anybody that's thinking about making the trip to London, it's a lovely little ground. Lovely little ground.
Dragons holding on too long though, so the Broncos so far have come up with an error not collecting the kick, and now they give away a penalty and allow the Dragons to kick themselves out of their own end of the field.
And Reece Kennedy is one of the players that stood up last week. He made some mistakes, of course he did. One or two of those offloads, he's a big tall frame on him, so trying to get the offload to his teammates probably wasn't needed or warranted, but what he can't do is make mistakes early on when defending.
Yeah, he's one that's got a lead for the Broncos, given his NRL and Super League experience. Had a season at Hull Kingston Rovers last year.
I want to see Rob Butler really kick into gear. He's a big man, Rob Butler. Physical specimen. If he can pause himself on a game, should be looking to make it personal with Navarrete and Busquets.
Yeah, good run from Da Costa. Dragons here bring it forward with Busquets. He's wrapped up. They're inside the 20 again here. Da Costa's looking around him. He goes to his left-hand side now. Ball works its way to Abdul, drops it back underneath. Last one, so the Broncos under pressure again here. Farge is looking like they want to go short side. They'll go to Abdul, they're trying to power play here. Romano's wrapped up, and finally the Broncos will get the ball.
Yeah, they've managed to repel the Catalan Dragons, who set from midfield, had options left and right. When the tackle's made and it was fifth tackle, you could see all the focus and concentration on the Broncos players.
They're inside the 10 then. These are some tough carries.
Yeah, just look at where they are though. They've managed to keep the Dragons out, prevent them from scoring. But it's a long way upfield, isn't it?
It is. Mike Eccles done a great job here. What can his team produce in the Super League? Tough start fixture-wise for them. And they'll play the ball here, and they're going to put boot to ball, and they go high downfield. Morg sprints across, catches it on the full. He'll offload the ball back inside, and Yahar will take it forward. Not a bad replacement, is it? No Tom Davis, and forward Yahar comes in.
Oh, he was big on the metres last week, Tom Davis. Over 200 metres he made, so Fuad Yahar has to roll his sleeves up, has to get some momentum from his side, because, as you say, Tom Davis not being there, somebody's got to fulfil that role.
Dragons making good meters again. Up the middle they go. All carried into contact. The Broncos repel the Dragons runners. Here now is Farge, gets it away. Little show and go. Ikavalu into the contact, is tackled. And they'll play it now down the short side. They come with Farge, ball out the back to Morg. Little step takes him past Maludi again. Tackle made, last one coming in here. Da Costa gets it away to Farge. Farge will swing it to Abdul. Abdul floats the kick out wide. Another tester. This time the Dragons come up with it, but the pass, well, did it go forward or is that play on? The referee's going to have a look at this one, I feel. How did that ball reach Romano? Let's find out. The video ref is having a look at this one.
You've got to try, just relax, just relax. Just check onside, offside, now the ball comes out the tackle, please. James, one sec. It's getting reviewed. Come on, don't start this. Forward, eh?
Okay, so we've got a live call of try. We're checking onside, offside. Players must have both feet behind the ball. Pause the ball on the foot. Okay, everyone to the left is onside. Got to play to the right. Run it through. Okay, everyone inside 10 is onside. So I'm going to go back to the split screen and find the best angle. Okay, camera 5 is probably going to be the best angle. Okay, so we've got a live call of try. Tom Johnson takes possession and then loses possession of the ball forwards. Thank you, I've made my decision.
So, decision incoming. It was try on the field, but the try is going to be chalked off.
Right, turnover on a 10.
Tom Johnson, it didn't look like a pass that got batted down. It looked like he lost it, and that's exactly what the video referee has come up with. So London survive.
More worrying signs though, over to that side where Lee Kershaw is. On that occasion, he probably hesitated to the point where he allowed Catalan Dragons to get hold of it first. Tom Johnson tried to offload it, so It's one of the worst jobs in the world, being under those high kicks and having players running towards you, but the experienced Lee Kershaw will want to get the next one right.
Yeah, he will. Came to the Broncos on trial initially, but impressed and got a deal. Had his best year in the Super League last year, 7 tries in 17 for Wakefield. As the ball now goes forward with the Broncos, so they've had to weather a bit of a storm early on here, but they're only 4 behind. And now they'll work it forward. Just short of the 40-metre line. Davis gets the ball away. A lot of expectation on Davis with Bill Leyland out for the season, that ACL problem. We wish him a speedy recovery as the kick is high from Campagnolo. Tough one to catch, well judged in the end. Morg fell to his knees but gathered it in. But that's not the worst set when you consider there were 10 off their own line.
No, better set, better kick, better chase, and look where the Dragons have to start their set of 6 from. And you've got, what, 3 players still behind or in front of the play the ball.
St Paul, the Broncos don't race off the line too quickly here. They've got to stay disciplined as Johnstone will have a run, almost gets through. They'll play the ball now. Da Costa on the move, gets it away. Busquets drives it forward. They're 40 away, the Dragons.
Release, wait there, wait. 6 again. I'll give you benefit of doubt when it's slow on the floor.
Set restart for the Dragons. We mentioned that ill-discipline, Barry, and this could cost them.
Hold!
It just ruins, doesn't it? Just eradicates the set of 6 they had with ball in hand.
Here's Garcia. Garcia steps. He's tackled on the 30-metre line. Ball now goes to Abdul. Short pass. Good contact there defensively. Meadows it was. Great tackle. Here come the Dragons again. And now they'll go down the short side, and they've caught them napping. Great cover tackle. Needed to be made as well. Lovell it was, I think, underneath it. Short pass, they're trying to power their way over. The Broncos have got to stay firm here. The Dragons are knocking on the door. 5th tackle. They tried the short side once, they'll try it again. This time they spin out of the tackle. And this time the Catalan Dragons are over. It's a 2nd try. And it's Tariq Sims down the short side who's crashed his way over.
Well, he had a big game in defence last week, didn't it? Caught all the headlines with that tremendous hit on George Williams playing against Warrington at home. But on that occasion, Catalan Dragons have had a few looks at their left and the right side of the London Broncos.
Yeah, I think it's Romain Navarre that got over Barry. They'll be having a look at it. Let's have a look at it again. Da Costa, a couple of times they went down the short side. Well, you had it right the first time, Barry.
I don't know why you doubt me, Mark.
Tariq Sims, it was who got the try.
Get back in your box, lad. Well, he's a great player, and catching the ball close to the line. I think we saw a few good examples of it with Matt Whitley, who plays for St Helens, on their left side. Catching the ball at the line, sometimes in the defensive line, is such a difficult skill. Obviously, you've got to prepare for impact, anticipate that somebody's going to get in or around the ball, but he kept hold of the ball, did a little pirouette, and he got his side's 2nd try.
Yeah, came up with that big shot last week, now has a try this week. And Arthur Morg, who missed his opening effort, will look to add the extras from 5 in. From the far touchline. Here he comes, sends it on the way. And this time he's on point, and it's another 2 points. And the Dragons, it's a good start from them. Ominous signs for the Broncos. The Dragons lead 10-0.
I'm sure that the sideline from the London Broncos, Mike Eccles, will be reinforcing to his side. We cannot hand the ball over cheaply, whether it's by a penalty or a mistake with the ball. If they can have an equal share of possession, the Broncos, I'm not saying they're going to come away with a win, but their evening will get a little bit lighter, and they won't be constantly defending as they have been doing for the opening 10 or 12 minutes.
Yeah, good tackle goes in there from Kennedy and from Davis. Now, can the Broncos keep the Dragons down this end of the field. Easier said than done. They're a big physical team, the Dragons.
And Mark, they've got to get that balance right. If you recall, they gave that penalty away. They laid too long in the ruck, trying to buy an extra half a second. It was 6 again, a bit more possession, and then a try followed.
And here goes Abdul, almost through the line, dragged down from behind, and eventually brought down just on the halfway line. Here's Fage now. Across the field, Garcia is wrapped up. What a tough competitor he is. This is his first game in over a year last week. Never present in the grand final campaign. High kick, a tester at the back this time, and this time Kershaw comes up with the ball.
He's got it.
And the Broncos have it.
He'll be relieved, his team will be relieved. That corner, the south stand, they'll all be relieved too. They get to start this set of 6, ball in hand, and try and gain some metres and momentum.
Yeah. Interestingly, there are still quite a few fans coming in. There is Mike Eccles up high in the gantry. Looking on, what a job he's done. He took over a team that were in big trouble at the bottom end of the championship. Saved them from relegation, and then 12 months later gets them promoted back to the big time.
And a lot of these players are probably championship trained, and all their experiences is in that division. To get up to speed and the intensity of Super League, that's the challenge for them now. Fuad Yaha allows that ball to bounce. He's got to catch those on the full.
Yeah, had a lot of time to get underneath that one.
Incredibly lucky.
Get there. They were relieved that could have gone anywhere. In the end, it bounced safely, and the Dragons have it back.
Hold.
There's been signs over the last couple of sets for London. They've done better. The kick's been a bit deeper. They're making the Dragons start from nearer their own line. The problem is when they get on a roll, the Dragons, the Broncos can't hold them.
Yeah. The positive you can say is those couple of tries don't seem to have disheartened them. That's a big shot.
That is a big shot. Cyrano on the end of that one, and they didn't miss, and that's got the crowd off their seats.
Sadiq Adibai, another powerful player. I don't think he gave the best show of himself last week. I think they're just having a look whether the hips go over the horizontal. It's Bailey Sirenen that lets go of the ball. I don't think so. I think that's a good shot. You wouldn't want it to go any further or any higher than that.
Yeah, well, the Broncos here are going to get the ball over the halfway line, and sometimes it's a big hit that can change how a game unfolds. What can the Broncos do here? They'll move the ball over on that far side. 5 over the halfway line. First chance with ball in hand for the home side. Here they'll take it with Butler up the middle, 40 metres away.
Hold. Go two. That's okay, still 2.
We're moving across to this near side. Good carry again. This has been better from the Broncos. Maludi gets it away. Moving across now. Have they got numbers on that edge? That's where they're going now. Leyland into the line. Listen to that roar
I
here.
know, yes. Lifting the crowd.
It is. They've got it 15 away far side. And a 6 again here for the Broncos. So now they're getting the advantage of a set restart.
Big chance. Where are the halfbacks?
Hold.
Ball now is 10 away. Short pass carried in. Good shot goes in there. Kennedy with nowhere to go. Sam Davis at dummy half. Gets it away now. Parata gets it away. Meadows is wrapped up. Look out for Dean Parata, joint championship player of the year last year. He'll have a big part to play in any attacking play. There's a scoop from dummy half and a late offload as well. Doesn't quite go to hand. Meadows picks it up, stabs a kick through. It's going to be play on. Can Moore get back into the field to play? He can. And he's tackled 5 away. Not sure the kick was the right option.
No, it wasn't, but how good is Artie Morg? With bodies in front of him and black shirts, perhaps not blocking his path, but certainly making it difficult for him to exit that in-goal area. He kept his composure, got his side on the front foot. I agree with you. I don't think the kick was the right option.
Come on.
But they had a bit of pressure down there. They've got to learn from that, work out how to break down this Dragons defence. And the Dragons up and over their own 40-metre line. Last one. And they'll play it now. And here is Abdul. Had 1 year in the capital. Good look underneath this one. Great catch. It is from Leyland at the back. He's a half really by trade, but that's a great catch.
Yeah, I was really impressed with him last week, Ollie Leyland. He caught everything, was a threat when he was returning the ball. I've talked about Lee Kershaw and how much pressure he's been under, but he can kick the ball, can't he? Jordan Abdul. It's high, it's hanging, it's twisting and twirling a lot of the times. I'm sure we'll see that a good few times tonight.
Yeah, it was a feature of London when they were in the Super League under Danny Ward. And you saw that continue at Hull Kingston Rovers last season. Here now come the Broncos again up the middle. They're looking to expand play here. They'll fire it out wide onto this near side. Was that high? The fans certainly thought so, and so did the official. Well, I'll tell you what, Barry McDermott, for many years watching rugby league in London, you wouldn't say there was a home advantage, but tonight this crowd are getting fired up.
There is a lot of passion, a lot of passion. Don't get fooled by the accents. They know their rugby league in this part of the world. And you can just see the trailing arm of Vicky Varlu. Yeah. He's got some toe, Elias McCartney too. I fancied his chances on the outside.
Well, he's on 99 career tries, Ilias McCartney. So will it be a historical moment for him? All going forward, Butler now. There's a bit of fervour about the forwards. They're getting stuck in here, the Broncos, looking to narrow that 10-point deficit. They'll move it centre field. Meadows stops and gets it away. They're going through the hands here. Could be a chance on the far side. Lovell is wrapped up 10 away. Come back now to the centre of the field, and the ball working its way across, and that's a lovely miss out pass. Maludi just had to dive to catch it. If he could have taken that in his stride, that would have been a chance.
Just needed a bit more power. It dipped as it got to the French centre.
Butler will carry again. The Dragons were ready for that. Last one. One of the Broncos got in terms of a kick this time. They'll go again to Meadows. Now he's running. They've overrun him though. They've overrun Leyland. He'll have to stab the kick through. It wasn't picked up cleanly. Oh, now they're offside, the Broncos. They just got that wrong, didn't they? By the timing of the runners outside Leyland, they overran him.
The back end of the sets, the last tackle options are crucial. They had some momentum. The crowd are encouraging in them.
Jordan, let's go, mate.
And Catalan did remarkably well. I think it's Romain Navarrete who ducks down, catches that ball, whether it was a knock-on or not. The referee, Tom Grant, has awarded the penalty, and they've lost all that advantage again. 40 metres they've lost.
Yeah, and that's all because they didn't quite execute that last play.
Move together! Pull back, Reece, hold. Hold. Go, don't push this 10.
So they're over the halfway line. Referee just having a word with the Broncos, making sure they stay on side here. But it's been encouraging from London in this last few minutes, but the Dragons are back in London territory, and they're coming forward again. Sirenen wrapped up this time. Da Costa waits at dummy half. Gets it to Fage. Another set restart. This time in favour of the Dragons. More ill-discipline from London. The ball centre field. Good shot goes in there. Offload though, late offload as well. The type that really hurt. And Garcia takes another 10-15 metres out of the defence here. Big problems as Da Costa has it. He's going to Fage now. Fage with another step, reaches out. And Theo Fage is over for his second try of the night. And once again, London's ill-discipline is punished. Once again, Theo Fage from close in. 2 for him on the night. The Dragons lead 14 points to 0.
Mark, same player, same play close to the line, taking defenders off, stepping off that right foot and backing his strength and ability near the try line. Theo Fage gets the 3rd try of the evening. There's this late offload. The Catalan Dragons probably an expression that comes to mind, our old manning, the London Broncos, using that experience. And the Broncos thought the tackle had been completed. Julian Bousquet finds the offload. And London, if they're guilty of anything, it's just standing off the Catalan Dragons players, especially close to the line.
Yeah, Steve McNamara looks quite relaxed at the moment. He would have been wary of coming here on the opening night in terms of London's home fixtures. Always got the potential to be a bit of an upset, but they're getting the job done. So far, so good. So Artem Org will line up the kick and look to extend the lead still further. And plenty of thought for London. And Mike Eccles in this opening quarter of the game. Plenty of learnings to be taken here. Look, this is a tough start. They go to St Helens last week. They've got the Dragons coming up this week. It is tough, and it's a tough baptism, isn't it?
It's the only way they're going to learn. These lessons are harsh lessons because they make a mental mistake. They make a lack of concentration mistake and they are punished. You see, they didn't get to the kick, they didn't put the right player on the last tackle, they marched all the other way down the end of the field. 6 again is involved somewhere, and then 4, possibly 6 given away.
Yeah, and the kick is good. Another 2 points added to the Dragons' tally. And it's a great point you make. They've gone from being, what, a metre off the line at one end to being stood behind the post at the other end. And it, you know, with players like Farge, he's been brought in to exploit gaps like this.
Theo Farge probably has a look, thinks he can take on defenders because they look like they're sliding sideways, expecting the pass, but they haven't learned from the first time he did it. He's always going to take you on, Theo Farge. Going back to what you said, or what we were discussing about how you finish your sets, irrespective of the scoreboard, the result at the back end of that set of 6 would have been giving the ball to the Catalan Dragons a metre, 2 metre, 5 metres away from their own line. It didn't happen. They gave a penalty away and they were marched down 40 metres.
Yeah, they were. Now they're trying to force an error. And another late offload, and it's caught by Morg, who sidesteps his way forward up to the 40-metre line.
Some great work from the bus, isn't it? The big man keeps getting his arm free, and they're quality offloads. They
are. Now they're looking to attack down the left-hand edge. No offload on this occasion. Over on that far side. Abdul gets it away.
And big Chris Sarte is on for the Catalan Dragons. It just gets worse and harder work for the Broncos.
It does. This time the kick is across the defensive line, and dare I say, a little bit of a nothing kick at the end of that set there from the Dragons, but they've got the Broncos penned in. And look at the line speed here from Catalans. They're hunting. They're looking to force a London mistake.
Far better on the last tackle. I believe you're right. That was a missed kick.
Marcus.
And the Catalan Dragons, they're not getting back on side. Tom Grant blows his whistle. But even when they're not quite perfect, the Catalan Dragons, the kick chase covers up the fact that it's not a great kick.
Yeah. And they will start 10 metres over the halfway line. Can the Broncos open up their account? Just the one try at St Helens last week. Robbie Story with that one.
Square! Oh no, go one.
Ball now works its way infield. 25 away. They want a positive end of this set, whatever the outcome of it. As they get the ball away, they'll play at the line. Nice hands there. And a big crashes in. 15 out from the line. Maludi steps in at dummy half. He will get the ball away. Campagnolo, not the best pass. Parata just had to check for a moment. He'll take it into the teeth of the defensive line, but he needs runners with him if he's going to make a hole in that defensive line. Here's Davis now. Gets it away. Meadows, short pass. They try to crash through. This is the last tackle. Go-to man, Meadows waits at first receiver. It's a slow play of the ball. Meadows gets it, this time the kick through the line. Farge is there, right on the line. They thought about dragging him over, they didn't. Right, they've got them where they want them now.
Exactly, Mark. Kept the composure, the kick chase was good. Even though you feel like they were still looking for a try, the result is where the ball is handed over. The transitions for the Broncos become more and more important.
They do. These are tough carries. And now it's London who are firing in with some big defence. On the 10-metre line. A couple of tackles gone already.
Move back.
This is a better set. Can they finish it off defensively? Good carry. Straight up the middle, but this is the 5th tackle. Now they're going to go to the boot of Abdul, who goes high. He's got good distance on that. Leyland is scampering back, gets a big bounce. Well, look where he's got it. Now he throws the pass across the front of his post, and there's nowhere to go.
That chase, and the discipline that's involved in that chase. Everybody on side, everybody knows what they've got to do. And as we look here, Mark, London Broncos just looking to tire now.
Well, they're going to get a penalty here, though.
Kavalu again with another lunging effort. Second one from him. It's off the shoulder, it's not forceful, it's not dangerous, that's the reason there's no further action. Here's the Catalan chase. Catalan Dragons, doesn't matter what the kick looks like, whether it's high, whether it's long. Look at the intact line there.
There's not too many gaps in that one. London have it. 10 short of the halfway line. The change is starting to come into effect now. And the Bayous had a good start tonight, putting that big shot earlier on Suriname. Davis pops it up. They'll move the ball along the line. They've got numbers, not the best pass. Leyland in the end did well, finds a flick ball away. And now here come the Broncos down the touchline side. And they're tackled about 5 in front, touch far side. Petter from London. Again, not the best pass. Well dealt with. They thought about offloading. Farge was all over Parata there looking for that interception as Davis scoops out a dummy half. Last one, they're 20 away again. They're going to come to this near side now. Campagnolo, short pass to Adebayo, needs to find an offload, couldn't do, but it's a controlled restart again. The Broncos starting to enjoy some more territory down the other end of the field now.
There is some good stuff, but I don't think they knew what tackle it was. I think they've lost count of the tackle. Adebayo doesn't need to end up with the ball in hand there. We talked about Dean Parata a number of times. Over 50 defensive efforts he put in last week. We didn't see too much of him with ball in hand. And the Broncos, I'm getting the feeling that they're tired now. Mentally, physically, they're tired. They need to stop the rot, stop feeling sorry for themselves, get back on side and focus on the details of defending.
You make a great point about mental fatigue as well. It's not just the body that's tired, the mind. You forget to do things, like you said, you lose the tackle count, all little things that add up and add to your woes. And here come the Dragons again.
Take that for instance. Markers were not square from the Broncos. When you're not tired, you're not fatigued, and you concentrate and you do all those little things correctly.
Here's Garcia again. Couple of tackles gone. Da Costa waits at dummy half. Desiree gets the ball and drives it forward. He's had a couple of big carries already. He's wrapped up. Da Costa now gets it away to Farge, who'll find Abdul. Gets it away to Morg, showed the dummy. They didn't buy it though, London. They numbered it well there. This is the last tackle. Abdul is back. He will hoist it high across the field, looking towards Ikavalu. Ball on the ground. And I think Maloudi's knocked it on. And that's going to be another set incoming for the Dragons.
Although you've got all the time in the world, you don't want to give Jordan Abdul that amount of time to put the ball where he wants. He knows generally where the players in the Catalan Dragons shirts are going to be. Ikavalu gets to that ball first because of the accuracy of the kick, and it's only that accurate because somebody in the defensive line of the Broncos haven't completed his assignment, hasn't put pressure on the kicker.
This will be interesting. They've had a couple of chances down this end, see McNamara's side. Can they add to their 3 tries? This is a gilt-edged opportunity. 10 metres away, they're going to that left-hand side. Abdul into the line, good shot there. Or is it? No, they're offside. Kershaw and company were off the line too quickly.
Scrum again? That's fine. Scrum again.
Attention to detail for the Broncos.
Scrum.
They're going to pack the scrum, aren't they, the Catalan Dragons?
It's an interesting tactic, this, isn't it? Because obviously they've got the opportunity to do that.
I thought for a second they were going to take the 2 on offer and just slow the pace of the game down, but what they think is we're going to go for a meat pie here.
Don't go early on this. Don't go early on this. Where's the scrum? This side. This side. This side. This side. You're on the clock here, lads. Put the little one.
So, scrum.
Away, right there.
This time, Farge and Morg come to the right of the scrum. And Da Costa will get it away, and here is Farge into the line, dummies, and this time Campagnolo gets him just in time. Farge looking for a first half hat-trick. Da Costa waits, Da Costa tries to poach one, and he's over the line. Alrix Da Costa, has he got this one down? They're going to want to check this one, make sure there was no impediment to the London defence. But the referee thinks this is a try on the field, and Alex Da Costa in the side, courtesy of a McAlorum suspension. Let's hear from the video referee.
Okay, so we've got a live call of try. The pick-up's fine. Players in possession of the ball. Still in possession. And then Lou. Okay, I need to work out if the ball ever gets to the ground. Okay, camera 5 isn't going to show me anything, I don't think. I'm just going to go back, make sure there's no other angles that I can use. Camera 2, maybe. Get camera 2 and camera 8. Okay, camera 2 is going to be no good, so camera 8 is probably going to be the angle that I need to make a decision on. Okay, so the player's in possession. The ball is up at this point. The ball is still up at this point. And it never gets to the ground. Thank you, I've made my decision.
Well, that is a fantastic defensive effort, because somehow the London Broncos have denied Alrix Da Costa from close range, and that is not going to be a try. Well, what an effort that is.
Well, 2 improvements there. First of all, they handled the run from Theo Farge. They didn't make the same mistake as he'd made the previous 2 occasions. And then when Alrix Da Costa burrows his head in an attempt to score the try, Jacob Jones gets his body between him, the ball and the floor. Great work.
Yeah, on loan from the Leopards.
Let's go,
Jacob Jones. Here come the Dragons again, looking to power their way over from close range. They're 5 metres away again with Da Costa. Swings it to Farge. Farge moves it wide now to Abdul. He's got runners. One of those is Morg. Morg's wrapped up. Good first up contact from the Broncos. But they've got more defending to do here. Abdul. Nice one. This will be some stand from the Broncos, but they've got one more big effort to go as Da Costa takes it into the line, and once again the Broncos say no, no. Alrix is turned away.
Well, that's better from the Broncos. This time last week against St Helens, 20 points down. It's not quite as harsh on the scoreboard. And all you can do is get better, improve and learn.
Yeah.
Maybe not offload the ball that close to your try line, but that's Hakeem Maludi for you.
Yeah, don't forget the World Club Challenge tomorrow night, 7:30, Wigan against Penrith, sold out DW Stadium, live on Sky Sports, and the round ends on Sunday. Salford against Castleford, live once again. Every game this season is live on Sky Sports. And Warrington Hull, 6 points apiece elsewhere tonight in the Super League. Very young, inexperienced Hull FC side tonight as well. But they're making a good fist of it up against Sam Burgess, Warrington Wolves.
Just look at the London side, how many are around the play of the ball, a little bit of shape. Players coming away from the play of the ball means that the Dragons will have to commit defenders, and there might not be as much congestion around that play of the ball for those early carries.
Deep kick. Underneath it is Moore. Gets it away to Tom Johnston. He runs it forward. Bounces off one. Going to be wrapped up. Gets up to the 40-metre line. Good run from Tom Johnston. And now they'll carry forward up the middle. Mike Eccles will look at the tries that London have conceded. 3 things that are instantly fixable.
That's the word, isn't it? It's fixable.
Yeah.
If you can learn, I mean, the fatigue element of rugby league means that your brain sometimes freezes and you make those mistakes.
Here's the kick over the top. There could be trouble here because Tom Johnston, the bounce didn't favour him. Kershaw will collect it, but then the Dragons will collect him and chuck him over the sideline. So the bounce didn't really favour anybody there.
That's a real smart kick, isn't it? We've seen a couple of different types from Jordan Abdul. We've seen them high, we've seen them spiralling, and on that occasion, he just dinks it over the defensive line and over the fullback Ollie Leyland, who has his back to the defenders. It bounces back over his head. But as we've seen all evening, the Catalan Dragons, whenever the kick is put in, they respect that kick, they chase hard, and the line is intact. That's the reason the tackle is made, and then the Broncos are forced over the sideline.
Yeah, and Abdul has shown he's not a one-trick pony. It's not just that high kick, he's had the deep kicks, the little chips over the top. It's all been there tonight. Is there one more score for the Dragons? They'd like one more score because London, to be fair, sticking around here. Oh, now that could have got messy. That could have got very messy, and in fairness to London, they held on and rather delicately placed the Dragons player back on the floor.
They're going to tap the ball. I don't know whether Steve McNamara, there isn't too long left now. Might be good practice to try and nudge that 1 point over.
Well, I think they fancy more than that, and they've got over the line, but they're going to be held up. The Broncos held on there.
I love an odd number in a game. I think it makes such a difference psychologically to your opponents.
Let's go, one.
Well, here they come again, the Dragon. Short pass. Azaria takes it forward. He's taking some putting down, isn't he? The big man wrapped up. 50th Dragons appearance tonight for him. A proud moment for him, I'm sure. As now they get the ball, Nikarima moves it to Faj, gets it offloaded to Sirinen. Sirinen turned away. Nikarima jumps out of dummy half. They're trying to power their way over. London again have got bodies around it. And once again, they hold the Dragons up over the try line. And once again, it's Jacob Jones who's in there.
Putting his body on the line against Chris Satai. Has to go back 10 metres to play the ball again.
Time ticking on by here. Ball now, look at this, bodies in motion. Little grubber kick in behind, well collected by London. They might find themselves, they might have got a penalty there. I think the referee was blindsided, and they're going to gamble here. They're going to get it out wide to Maludi. Maludi with a big kick step, bounces off one. Nikavalu says not on my watch, but he's got the offload away. Well, this is like the last seconds of the grand final. Next try wins.
Hakim Maludi does not play the game conventionally, that's for sure.
Move, Marcus!
Working its way forward. There was a slight issue with the stadium clock, so we are in the first half here. There's the ball now working over halfway. 6 again for London.
Big chance for the Broncos now.
There is a big chance. They're going with Meadows here. Ball back on the angle. 35 away. Well, if they could nick one here, the Broncos, then that would certainly change things, as now they move across this back line. Into the line goes Leyland. McCartney's got nowhere to go, will just have to take the tackle.
It's terrific defence from Catalan Dragons. Never stretched, never out of place, covering each other's backs.
I think there's around about 90 seconds remaining in this first half here. Ball now works its way Oh, big hit goes in there. Huge hit goes in there from Romano. He didn't miss, did he?
Wow. Comes out the line. He spots James Meadows, anticipates, gets his shoulder in.
That was some tackle. There it was.
Listen, I love that kind of stuff, me, but
Stand now! Wait!
I don't know whether that's a shoulder charge.
Well, we'll have a look at that one.
There wasn't much attempt to wrap the arms around. It was a brilliantly timed shot. How legal it is, I'm not sure.
Another big collision in the middle of the field. Ball's come free though. Look at that, the reaction of Butler. He enjoyed that. He got steamrolled, but he got a bit of the ball.
Two big men meeting, body on body. You're right, he's really tried to impose himself, Desiree, but he's made himself an easy tackle to handle. Run right into the chest of Rob Butler, who loses footing but dislodges the ball.
Yeah, and that will be that. That is the half-time hooter that sounds here, but there's a really good crowd here tonight, and I know the Broncos fell behind inside the opening couple of minutes when Theo Farge pounced for the first of his double tonight. Tariq Sims crashed over on 12, and then the final Farge.
2005, the Canterbury Bulldogs at Elland Road, a packed house. Danny Maguire, a young Danny Maguire, scored one of the best tries you'll ever see. I put him over. All he had to do was pick it up and put it down.
Well, the Dragons were close to being in that match themselves, beaten in the grand final by Wigan last year. They're making a good start on the journey back to Old Trafford. Winners last week over Warrington, and they lead here at half-time. But I think Steve McNamara at the break, Barry, would have been quite keen to emphasise to his team, this game isn't over yet.
No, they've got spirit, the Broncos. As we've said a couple of times, they don't seem to be disheartened when the scoreboard is going away from them. But let's not forget, we're right to talk about last year and the Catalan Dragons getting through to the grand final. But how many players are on deck now that played in that grand final? It's a new spine, it's a new dawn and a new era. You look at the halfbacks, Abdul and Farge, Nikarima on the bench, all new members of that spine.
Yeah. Without McAlorum for a few weeks after his ban. Good news for the Broncos. Sadiq Adebay had to go for a head injury assessment. He has passed that and he is back out on the field for the Broncos. So a bit of good news for Mike Eccles and the Broncos here, who have the ball towards the halfway line now.
He looks dangerous, doesn't he, over on that left side? He's a big man to handle. A nice short pass to him, one-on-one. You fancy his chances, don't you?
And you get the feeling that Mike Eccles wants to get Hakeem Malooney more involved. We just saw a couple of fleeting moments of him. We know he's got the X factor. High kick here. Tester at the back. Well dealt with. And now the ball works its way to Tom Johnston, who has it 20 away. So decent first set.
Hasn't he picked that up well from his mentor and role model, Sam Tompkins? Whenever Artie Morg is under the high bomb, doesn't look like he's under pressure, and the first instinct is to find one of those wingers. On that occasion, it was Tom Johnson.
It was. So the Dragons bringing the ball forward here. Working the centre of the field. Sartai. They're on halfway. Farge will get the ball wide. Good defence though from London. Going to work the short side here. Farge just chips the kick over, but kind bounce there for Leyland, and Leyland steps past one, and he'll get it back on his 20-metre line.
But already Nikarima picks that ball up. Because they don't handle the play of the ball, the London Broncos, there's a bit of time and space for Nikarima to get up and have a look. Made a real difference in that Warrington match. Mistake. The ball goes backwards, luckily for the Broncos.
Yeah, heart in mouth time there. They come away with the ball. And now they're working the centre of the field. And the Dragons looking to put the squeeze on the Broncos here. Nice run there.
You'd like to see, sorry Mike, you'd like to see a bit more support around the ball carrier for the Broncos.
Outside!
Yeah, that's a decent little kick towards the sideline, but Morg is so quick, isn't he? Gets across and will bring it, but that's not a bad chase either.
No, he mixes those kick returns up well, doesn't he, Artie Morg? But investing in those small facets of the game, the Broncos, kick chase, eradicating some of the mistakes, some of the penalties, some of those missed tackles. Just invest all your efforts in the small details of defence.
So Morg is just getting a bit of treatment in back play. Picked up a knock, and the thumbs up has come on from the physio. Sartai drives forward up towards halfway.
They can't get him down though, can they? He's a big man. It takes three to wrestle him down to the ground with a late retreater.
Karima turns the ball back underneath. Dragons inside the 30, another good offload. Here come the Dragons now, burst of pace, and just lost his footing at the vital moment there. But this is a big chance. Last tackle, Broncos retreating. Here's Abdul, fires the pass. Great one-on-one tackle. That's a superb tackle from the Broncos, and they hold their line intact.
Now, when Jordan Abdul looks at that in review, he'll know that there was a player off his right shoulder. He was always looking to pass it right. If he gets a better, louder call on his inside, that player would have strolled in. But it all came off the back of the charge from Chris Sartai and the movement from Jaden Nikarima.
And here go the Broncos now, trying to bust their way out on the far side. It was Robbie Story, by the way, with that tackle. Wonderful work from him. But the Broncos are starting to expand their horizons here. They're starting to move the ball. They're starting to ask some questions of this Dragons defence. All centre field. Now they're going to put the kick in. Meadows kicks away from Morg. The ball scampers towards the touchline. He picks it up. Story can't quite make the tackle, but he got enough of it. It's another good set from London.
Well, you could see they played for that. Everybody chasing on the front foot, looking to just twist and turn the pressure onto the Catalan Dragons.
Johnson did well to play the ball correctly.
I don't know whether he moved away from the play, from the mark, as they say.
Yeah,
he certainly played it away from the point he was tackled.
He did. I think he was trying to hold on to the ball, wasn't he, and play it properly. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. New rules in play, of course, this season regarding the play of the ball, but this is a better set from the visitors here, and another offload taken in. Now they'll move it to the near side. Tariq Sims going to be wrapped up, but he'll get it away. They've just turned backs momentarily. Abdul with the ball in one hand, offloads it. Can they get the pass away? Tom Johnson had a chance to offload it there, and he held on to it. Last one again here for the Dragons. And Abdul's going to launch the kick high across the field. Pressure on McCarney. Ball on the ground. How did that ball come free? Referee was going to say it was a knock-on.
Well, the Broncos failed to dominate in any way, shape or form around the play of the ball. And the Catalan Dragons playing the ball at their own speed, at their will, as well as those late offloads.
So it is the Dragons who will get the ball.
Ilias McCarney under all kinds of pressure. Chris Sartai with an offload, with a support player. And you're going to get sick of us saying Jaden Nikarima. His dynamic speed, his agility, his threat from 9 will give those bigger players who are tired and under fatigue nightmares.
Yeah, well, he's got the ball here from the base of the scrum, gets it away to Abdul. Nice pass, they've got bodies out. The offload goes on the ground. Collected though by the Dragons. Kershaw tried to pick the ball up close to the line but couldn't get it. Abdul will have a run, tries to spin. He's a big half-back, but he can't get through. Nikarima waits, dummy half, gets it away to Faj. Faj offloads it to Garcia. Garcia never takes a backward step. He's tackled 5 away. The Broncos, have they got the numbers right defensively? Here's Abdul, miss out pass, no they haven't. And Tariq Sims is over for his second of the night. And the Broncos didn't get their numbers right. And the Dragons expose them cruelly. They lead by 20 points to 0.
Well, composure from the Dragons in good field position. The unselfish carry from Ben Garcia sets up the field position. Hasn't he had a night? Tariq Sims holds his line, holds his depth, and a beautiful weight to that pass. from Jordan Abdul. Steps inside, commits the defender, opens the gap up for Tariq Sims. But not everybody will notice the unselfish nature of Ben Garcia. You said he doesn't take a backward step. He knows all he's got to do. He's set field position in between the sticks, splitting the defensive line of the Broncos. And then the overcall came from the halfback Jordan Abdul. Beautiful execution, and he gets his rewards, Tariq Sims.
You mentioned that the Dragons have got a lot of work to do in terms of replacing those that left last year. The early signs about it, look, we're only part-way through round 2. I'm looking at Jordan Abdul, I'm looking at Theo Fars, I'm looking at the likes of Bailey Siren and Tariq Sims. You mentioned Jaden Nikarima coming off the bench. The signs are Steve McNamara's side. They're just gelling nicely early on.
It's not enough to have talented players who individually can perform at a high level. It's getting those combinations where there's an instinctive nature, there's a telepathy almost, that one knows what the other needs and what the other wants, and he's able to deliver that with non-verbal cues, a little wink, a little nudge. And it takes time on the training field, and it'll bear fruit on the evening under the bright lights in Super League.
Yeah, Arthur Morg then, and a chance here to add another 2 points. Comes forward, strikes it very nicely indeed. And the flags go up and it becomes 22 points to 0. They've been exposed at times, London. It's not through a lack of effort. They've been tested by a very, very good side here. And the Dragons have been efficient when they've had the ball down that end of the field.
They've been punished. Let's not forget that Ilias Makani was under all kinds of pressure under a high ball. Mike Eccles, Ryan Sheridan, look, they'll use the examples that they're getting wrong in video review to give a practical example of what it looks like when it goes wrong and what it looks like when it goes right. And this group of players are on a journey. Their journey might not have the destination of Super League, we don't know that yet, but they're on a journey, and they're on a journey together.
Yeah, well, they're going to Hull next week in round 3 of the Super League. Got some tough ties on the back of that as well. So here's a possible 40-20 attempt here from Jordan Abdul, who's got the line. Has he got the distance? Leyland gets there in the nick of time. Well, if you're going to miss it, that's not a bad place to miss it. Look at the chase again.
It was almost too strong. It didn't have the correct angle, but it was almost too strong. Lee Kershaw and that back line, there's already some fatigue in the legs of the big men. And that back 5 of Kershaw, Storey, Maludit, Makani need to get up and take some pressure off the middlemen.
Yeah. Look, we know Super League is a tough environment, and they couldn't have probably asked for 2 tougher ties to start the season, but these are all learning opportunities for the Broncos. And now they're looking to spin the ball out wide. Oh, Makani couldn't get away, but he does offload it. And now they'll bounce away with Maludi. Another offload. Nice stuff here. Leyland collects it. He ducks under one, but Fars will wrap him up.
It's ambitious, isn't it?
Hold Jordan, hold Jordan.
I said before, I fancy Makani over on that far side away from us in front. Fuad Yaha fancying chances.
Here's a high kick. Morg waits on the 20-metre line. He will collect it, just drops the ball back inside, and ball is carried forward by the Dragons. Efficient performance from them tonight.
I don't feel like they've really had to go to maximum effort, maximum output. They make a change now. Former London Broncos system-trained player Mike McMeekin enters the field for the Catalan Dragons.
Move! Hold in!
Yeah, you mentioned for Mike Eccles' side, you know, when they bring the likes of Chris Sarte on, Mike McMeekin, Jordan Desiree, Jaden Nikarima, that's some bench to have, isn't it? Here is Desiree now, and he's bundling his way through. Last tackle here, they're 15 away. There's a player in the ruck area. Nikarima gets it away to Abdul. Abdul goes out the back, flick pass to Johnston. He's got nowhere to go. Bumps off one, runs back across the field of play. He's still going across the field of play, and he's eventually going to take the tackle. Felt he had no option, and London survive another set on their own line.
Hasn't he started 2024 well? Desiree, He's the player that plays the ball. Prior to that tackle on Tom Johnson, it was a little bit of the hot potato rugby league from Catalan Dragons. But at 22-0, they've earned the right to take some chances now.
Hold me. Lee, that's you. You've locked him in the ruck, mate.
They won't want to do that too many times, by the way, Mark. It's the right end of the field to be forcing some offloads.
Move back off the line,
But
off the line.
their skill, you back their skill. The skill sometimes on the Broncos plays is just slightly off for this level.
Look at the line speed here, the Dragons. I think there's been a lot of the unseen stuff that Steve McNamara will be quite happy about tonight. Easy to switch off when you feel the game is won, but they're not doing that. Another big shot goes in from Romano.
Help! Release now! Hold me.
London can't find a way out. They need one of those Ash Handley spectacular tries from last night, don't they, at the minute?
And we talked about his big defensive effort just before half-time, Romano. I think he's done a good job on Robbie Story, who had a terrific match against St Helens last week. Yeah. Number 21, Headband, just making a tackle. We've hardly mentioned him so far.
He's had a couple of good defensive efforts, but that one he overstepped the mark. Will Lovell looks to the skies, and credit there for Artemore, because that was a really difficult kick to take. He got there on the full, and then the running threat causes the problem, and now an easy out again for the Dragons. And you just wonder now, the Dragons will be starting to think, surely London are going to tire. There could be some points on offer here.
From what I witnessed last week against St Helens, they kept their efforts up for the full 80 minutes. The thing to admire about Artur Morg is he's robust, he's rugged, he's not brittle. A lot of these French born and bred players, Steve McNamara, it's one of the things he's most proud of, the players he's integrated into the first team squad, and the way that many weeks they're in the top 3 or 4 performers, much like this player, Desiree.
Yeah, look at that again, getting his head through the tackle. And now they get a quick play of the ball. Here goes McMeekin, short pass, turn and spin for Garcia. Can he get it down? Referee has a look at it. He might want to check this, but Ben Garcia thinks he's scored. We'll check it with the video referee. He has given a try on the field. Let's hear what the video referee's got to say.
Okay, so it's tackle 2. We have a try as the on-field decision. We're going to put these 2 angles on the split screen. Okay, Garcia is in possession. Does he get the ball to the ground? Hard to tell on that angle. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm going to go into the 1 angle. Okay, does the ball get to the ground? I have a live call of tries, but it's sufficient evidence to overturn that. Okay, the ball is... There's a hand under the ball at that point, so the ball is up at this point. It's still up. However, I will then lose sight of the ball. Okay, there's a hand under the ball. The ball is up. The ball is still up. And still up. Okay, I'm happy I've viewed the angle as I need. I've made my decision.
Well, it's another heroic goal line effort from the London Broncos. This time it's Dean Parata, who somehow has stopped Ben Garcia getting this ball over the line. Garcia's looking nervously up at the big screen, and it's going to say, no, Ben, it is no try. Great effort, Dean Parata.
Something very rare here, Mark. I'm going to be honest. I thought that at full pace, at full tilt, was a try. What an outstanding effort from Dean Parata. As I said, over 50 defensive tackles last week. It's a really committed line, really brave charge from Ben Garcia, but full credit to the Broncos and Parata.
Well, the danger's not gone yet. So they can't afford to be slapping themselves on the back just yet. And now a 6 again. Pressure building here. McMeekin trying to power his way over the line. He's wrapped up the England international. Nicarima looks on. He's looking. Where are the runners? Short pass. Desiree trying to get his way over the line. He's going to be held up as well. Mike Eccles will be really pleased with some of this work. We mentioned earlier there were things they can fix first half, but effort, attitude and commitment is there, isn't it?
I think that's 3 or 4 occasions on goal line defence. They've been good enough to stop the Dragons putting the ball down and getting those 4, possibly 6 points.
Well, they're getting plenty of practice at the moment, though. The Dragons continue to knock on the door. Another 6 again incoming here. There's a scoop from dummy half. Bossada 1 tackle. And again, they're over the line. And again, they're going to want to check this. I think Parata was involved. But surely this time they can't have prevented the try. Again, Tom Grant goes for a try on the field.
Okay, we have a try on field. We're checking the grounding. Players in possession. Players in possession. Players still in possession. Okay, I need to work out, does his hand come off the ball? He's in possession. Okay, given a live call of try, I have insufficient evidence to say that he loses possession of the ball. Thank you, I have made my decision.
Well, this time, the heroics, not quite enough. And it is going to be a second try of the second half for the Catalan Dragons. And it was Jaden Nicarima who pounced from close in. And the Dragons extend their lead further to 26 points to 0.
Oh, he's dangerous around that play of the ball, Nicarima. Under pressure, under fatigue, the London Broncos almost denied the replacement halfback his latest try. I think it's Dean Parata again who's there or thereabouts trying to make that tackle. Yeah, it is. You can't fault his effort and his work ethic. I'd just like to see him have enough energy with the ball.
Here's Morg, who kicks one over the roof of the stand away to our left-hand side. And there is a danger now that the Dragons could be about to cut loose, and these are big testing moments as Morg adds a 4th conversion of the night.
Not even in the final quarter yet this game. They are fit. That's one thing you can say about the Broncos, they are fit. But you can be the fittest rugby league player in the land if you continue to defend and defend under pressure. You will fatigue, you will make mistakes, and your opponents will get points on you.
Yeah, and a lot of the game, as we're looking down from the main stand, has been played away to our left-hand side. There's been a lot of 6 agains incoming.
And that's because of the size and the footwork. Steve McNamara's side getting over the advantage line, using footwork. Offloads are coming thick and fast. You can see there's another one.
Yeah, they're starting to hurt now, aren't they? They're starting to retreat, the Broncos. Here comes Abdul, turns it back for Romano. He's going to be wrapped up. Inside the 30 they go. And now McMeekin, who looks to play at the line, decides that route 1 is the best option. Last tackle incoming here, but it's another big gain for the Dragons. Can they round it off with more points? Abdul with a kick, looking for Tom Johnston. And the 2 former Wakefield teammates, Johnson and Kershaw, go head-to-head. And Kershaw comes up with a ball.
There's a big sigh of relief. He's been under the pump all night, Lee Kershaw. He's managed to get possession. And you're right, those 2 players spent time at Wakefield together. There'll be a little bit of chat on the floor, a little bit of chat between them.
On the mark!
It's 1-0 to the little fella.
Yeah.
2.
Kick again.
Move, back middle, back middle.
Kershaw did really well there under big pressure.
3, move, Mike.
So Warrington just starting to pull away in the second.
All night, Lee Kershaw. He's managed to get possession. And you're right, those two players spent time at Wakefield together. There'll be a little bit of chat on the floor, a little bit of chat between them.
On the mark!
It's 1-0 to the little fella.
Yeah. Kick again.
Back middle, back middle.
Kershaw did really well there under big pressure. In the second half against Hull FC, 22 points to 10, and Hull, we understand, a player down in that one. Some more ill discipline for Manu Brown has left the field there, so more problems for Tony Smith.
And a nervous game for Hull FC next week, who take on the London Broncos.
Chase though from the Broncos, and Mike Eccles will know now, Barry, this game is gone in terms of a result, but he'll be looking now at the little things that his players are doing or not doing, more importantly.
When you're pretty much on muscle memory, you're on autopilot. What are your habits? What are you cutting out of your game? What are you bringing into your game? What are you doing for your team? To be one of those players that get pinpointed and highlighted for not putting maximum effort in. You can handle being outclassed, you can't handle not having the effort.
Yeah. No. He's giving Kershaw more trouble to deal with, but Kershaw, credit to him, has got better as this game has gone on. So plenty more live rugby league on the way on Sky Sports. Remember, in 2024 you can watch every Super League game live, and that includes Huddersfield St Helens tomorrow, and that leads us nicely into the World Club Challenge. Wigan Warriors against the Penrith Panthers.
Where they're kicking the ball from now. It's an ugly kind of kick, bounces about, but Artie Morg on the front foot.
They start over the halfway line. McCarney makes the tackle.
Stand now! Hold, hold!
I still go back to the Fuad Yaha, Ilias McCarney duel. If London can get it over on that left side, leave him one-on-one with Fuad Yaha, I think there's a chance for them there.
Yeah. Reminder, over 5,000 here tonight as the ball now works its way across the field. Here is Tariq Sims, trying either half for him.
Release, hold me, hold me!
He's tackled on the 20-metre line. We'll play it now. Here's Jordan Abdul. Short pass to McMeekin, turns and spins. Adebayo's all over him, and the tackle is made. In fact, that wasn't the last tackle. My apologies. Ball is now 10 away. Da Costa, short pass, big gap, and a stroll in for Julien Busquets, who's in under the posts. There were some tired bodies, there wasn't much in the way, and the big man wasn't going to turn that offer down.
Well, the Catalan Dragons dummied to go over to the right side. And a couple of the defenders guilty of ball watching, as you can say. The ball feints to go right, it ends up coming to the left side. And the big man, well, he puts the ball down under the black dot, but it's an easy try for him. I know that Will Lovell is there in his 200th game to try and stop him, but really he's got no chance against the bus.
No. So another straightforward kick here for Artie Morg. Mike Eccles will be keen this scoreline doesn't blow out. Steve McNamara will be hoping that they do put on some points here.
Well, that's a classic case of the difference between the division that Broncos have come up from and Super League. The defenders in the black shirts feel like it's going to the opposite side. It comes back. Steve McNamara's men are smart enough to deceive, and they're just simply not ready, the Broncos.
Oh, good night here in the capital for the Dragons. Another 2 points incoming here. All the same routine, and the few Catalan fans in that stand away to our left here, they're cheering on their French heroes. And the Dragons will join Hull Kingston Rovers in making it 2 wins from 2 to open up the Betfred Super League in 2024.
And they have done it at a canter, really. There's not too much deception. I know that Chris Sartai is in the picture.
Time, lads, time!
But it's a one-on-one against a man that's too difficult to handle. And I'm with you now, Mark. The result will not change, but I want these fans to be rewarded with a try from the Broncos. But they can only have that if the Broncos play their part, buy some field position, and show ruthless execution that they haven't done all evening.
Wait there.
And again, to go back to the point, the Dragons have been efficient. They've not turned over any cheap possession, have they? The Broncos haven't had a sight of the line in the second half.
To me, it looks like they haven't wasted any energy. It looks like they've done it at a canter, but they've done it as efficiently as possible. That is the word I would use, efficiency.
Move back!
Abdul in at dummy half. They're over the halfway line again here. Short pass taken in, bumped off one. Getting over the 30-metre line. Last one, Da Costa waits. We'll find Abdul. Abdul will float it up high. They're looking to get Tom Johnston into the action. He backs it back for Sims, who's going to be wrapped up, and that will be the turnover.
No.
No direct result for the Dragons, but what they do is they make the Broncos start in the corner. They tighten up that defensive line, control these early play the balls by getting numbers in, making sure they're ready. There's a penalty here. Tom Grant.
Yeah, ball
Is
stolen.
it a ball steal? Attempted ball steal.
Thank you, Gareth.
Well, the Broncos got one try at St Helens last week. Will start on their own 40-metre line, move up towards the halfway line.
Hold me, mate, hold.
We'll have all the reaction, of course, on the Sky Sports website from this game. Ball on the halfway line. Broncos making a rare foray forward. They find an offload, but it goes to a white shirt. And that will be Dragons' ball again. They were getting risky there, and they come up with the error. Sims carries again.
Square markers!
Former Melbourne man.
Go two.
All 30 away, and the offload
Move!
was a gamble.
Hold. Go through.
Ball here with Sarte, gets it
Surrender!
and drives forward.
Stand now!
Costa looking,
Go four.
gets it away to Abdul. He was looking for that ball back on the inside there, but Romain Navarrete was probably not the man he was looking for.
Go five.
And they'll work it now with McMeekan. Nice hands, gets it away. Here now is Small, ball on the ground, but it was knocked on. Well, just for a moment, Ilyas Makani thought he was racing away for his 100th try. And listen to the reaction, the home fans are not happy.
No, they had to make a play for that, the Broncos. It is a good call, a correct decision.
Double check now. How long's left? 5 to go.
And the defender comes in. Is it Campanello?
Go line, lads. 5 to go.
Yeah, he just had a hand on it. And another chance here for the Dragons. Interesting to see McNamara took Teofage off around about 15 minutes or so ago.
He didn't need him. Jordan Abdul's done the job of two, hasn't he? He's given Nikarima a little bit more game time. Started him in the halves.
Well, here's a chance. Oh, now then, Kershaw was looking for the interception. Johnston was looking for the try.
One of those is going to come off at some point, isn't it?
Middle. Yeah. Shot
All the action going through Jordan Abdul. Again with the combination of halfbacks, you need a runner, you need a thinker.
Feed this side.
There's been a few key performers for the Catalan Dragons.
Back row in, go on, you clock here, back in the scrum, please, James.
But I think overall it's been a terrific team performance.
Get in now. Traps. Out.
So the ball from the scrum then. What have the Dragons got? Oh, was that high? No, across the shoulder. It's Tom Grant. And now they're knocking on the door. Miss out pass for Sarte. He'll fancy one. They're around him, which means there's got to be bodies away to the left for the Dragons here. Da Costa will see that, gets it away now, but they're going to try and power their way over. Navarre fancied a run himself. He saw the gap but couldn't get through it. Da Costa goes and dummies, goes it alone this time. Can he get it down? They're underneath him again. Alric Da Costa's done everything but score tonight.
Alric Da Costa thought the line had opened up for him.
Hold this line.
But the London Broncos do enough again. I think it's Reece Kennedy at the bottom of that pile.
Yeah, well, the danger not done yet. As the ball offloaded, Sarte will take it forward. They're trying to hold him up. Easier said than done.
Release it, goal line!
Da Costa waits. He will now play the ball to that right-hand side. Nikarima takes it in. Morg, sidestep, ducks under one. Can't get the ball away, and London survive, and London will get the ball back.
Yeah, as I was saying, Mark, there's some real good performances. Whilst they haven't got out of third gear, I don't believe. I think the communication, the instruction and the control that Jordan Abdul has shown has meant, for me, he's been the best player on the field, and that's why he is the Betfred player of the match this evening.
Yeah, Jordan Abdul, the Betfred player of the match tonight. Signs he's settling in very nicely with the Dragons. Can he be the missing piece that Steve McNamara's looking for? As here come the Broncos now, they're chancing their arm. Kershaw bumps off Johnston, cuts back in field, puts the burners on, and Johnston gets his man.
He gets him, he got a big see you later in the chest, Tom Johnson, but came back to complete his task.
Well, they've got numbers here if they can get the ball out wide. The roar goes around Wimbledon again as they duck under one tackle, and forward they go. Great carry, they have got the ball over halfway. Now can they finish off the move? They've gone from side to side. Tackle is made, last one.
And the roar goes up again, Mark.
It does. What can they put on the end of it? Little chip kick for Kershaw. Tries to bat it back. Johnson says, I'll have that. And the chance goes begging. And maybe that might be London's last chance tonight.
What a shame for these fans. It was a tremendous run from Jared Bassett over on the left side. Started the game on the bench. But a couple of times he's got hold of the ball, the crowd have got excited. And to be fair to Lee Kershaw, he got to that ball first, but didn't get enough purchase on it.
You make a great point about Jared Bassett. What a story for him. Southern Conference, into League One, into the Championship, now he's into Super League. That's in 4 successive seasons.
When I was having a look at the profiles of these Broncos players, there's quite a number of them that have not only starred for the London Broncos, they've starred for the London Scholars and come through and come up that ladder.
They have indeed, but it's going to be last season's beaten grand finalists that are going to collect the points. Warrington are going to pick up an opening home win for them, 32-10. They lead Hull FC. Remember, every game live on Sky Sports this season from the Super League.
Release him back.
And the Dragons looking for one final score as Abdul will go high. He's saying to Tom Johnson, you get on the end of that. But Leyland gets up high. He's done really well tonight at full-back underneath that high ball.
I liked him last week. I'd like to see him at the other end of the field taking defences on, but at the minute, for his side, all he's had to do is secure possession and deal with those high kicks from Jordan Abdul.
He has, and that is it. It is back-to-back wins for Steve McNamara and the Catalan Dragons. They have come here, they've kept their opponents scoreless, And they're running plenty of tries. Jordan Abdul, the player of the match here, speaking to Rob Butler. Former teammates, of course, with the Broncos. But it's a winning return for Abdul to London with his new team, the Dragons. An efficient performance all the